watching, asshole.
You're right.
Chris Redfield, born 1973. He began his career off as a U.S. Air Force pilot in 1990 through 1995. Then he joined, probably most famously, the Stars Alpha team as the point man in 1996 through 1998. Eventually, he joined the private anti-biohazard service as an operator in 2003. As a BSAA operator from 2003 onward, he was an SOA agent from 2005 to 2009, an SOU captain from 2009 onward. He was a Silver Dagger member from 2014 through 2018. And of course, he was the captain of the Hound Wolf Squad from 2018 onward. According to the Resident Evil Wiki, his status is alive, which I think that's a pretty good status to have. His blood type is O. His height, seems like the man has gone through a growth spurt in his career because he started off at 181 centimeters or 5'11", and grew to 185 centimeters or 6'1". He also jumped in weight a little bit. He started off at a lean 177 pounds, but jumped all the way up to around 220 pounds. It is worth noting that as we got into Resident Evil 5, and he had to, he was just a beast. I mean, he was a physical tank. Apparently, after being beaten down by Wesker just so badly, he had to put on some muscle and power and get as much of those things as he could if he hoped to stand a chance against him again in the future. Wesker, the former captain of Stars Alpha team, was actually totally playing the double agent thing. He was not a good person. Turns out he had some powers and he had to die to kind of open those powers up. He was essentially a BOW himself, and he had plans for world domination and destruction. So not the best person to have in charge if you really think about it. Eventually during the events of Code Veronica, Chris faced Wesker but was not able to defeat him. Later, he and Jill would face Wesker again. Jill would be thought dead after the ordeal. Same with Wesker. It turns out they were both alive, but Jill was being controlled by Wesker via mind control technology. Whole situation there. Chris made his debut in the franchise along with many other legends of the franchise and in gaming in general. Chris is considered to be an expert with many weapons and supposedly has some pretty good marksmanship and has even won some contests. I gotta wonder who is running those contests. But Chris would eventually rescue Jill with the help of his new partner Sheva Alomar while they were in Africa in 2009. They not only rescued Jill, who again they thought was dead, but they also managed to kill Wesker, who had mutated with the Ouroboros, which was absolutely going to be considered a global threat. The mansion incident was absolutely an insane situation that happened in 1998 in the Arklay Mountains outside of Raccoon City. Normal stuff, monsters, zombies, all kinds of just mad science and mayhem and all those. It wasn't a really good time for anybody. Chris has found himself in many situations, often and for the most part put on by Umbrella Pharmaceuticals, a major conglomerate monster that makes monsters. It's been a whole thing, for real. But yes, he's found himself across the globe fighting crazy monsters, figureheads, and just people who they're crazy. It is notable that Chris is the brother of Claire Redfield, another legendary figure within Resident Evil lore, and really gaming lore in general. This has been a very abridged version of Chris Redfield's career within the Resident Evil universe. There will be a lot more in the future, hopefully, but also to just dive into if you're a fan of the franchise. There's his stuff between Resident Evil 7 and 8, his mentorship of Rosemary Winters. There's a lot to unpack with Mr. Redfield, the Boulder puncher himself, the man with the rocks for fist versus other rocks that are bigger than his fist. Thank you for watching. Until next time.